For so many of us, especially as we get closer to retirement, our home isn't just a place to live. It's our single biggest financial asset. It's what you've worked your whole life for. So the big question is, how can you be absolutely sure it's protected? Well, today, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know about home insurance, right here in Georgia. I mean, really think about it for a second. Is your biggest investment truly protected? After all those years of hard work, is the piece of paper you have for an insurance policy actually strong enough to handle the unexpected? Getting this one thing right, it's not just important, it's a cornerstone of a truly secure retirement. Okay, so before we even start talking about specific companies, you've got to know what makes a great policy in the first place. Let's dive into the absolute must-haves, the keys to great coverage that every single homeowner should be looking for. All right, at the very foundation of any good policy, you've got two main jobs. First up is dwelling coverage. This is simple. It protects the actual structure of your home. Think walls, the roof, the foundation, the house itself. And then you have personal property coverage. This covers all the stuff inside your house that you've worked so hard to buy. Your furniture, your TV, your clothes. These two things, they're the absolute bedrock. Non-negotiable. But listen, great coverage doesn't stop with just the house and your belongings. It's got to protect your bigger financial picture too. That's where these personal financial safeguards come in. First, liability coverage. This is so important. It protects you from lawsuits if, say, a visitor slips and falls on your property. And then there's additional living expenses. If a fire or a major storm forces you out of your home, this covers the cost of a hotel, meals, all that stuff. It's a true financial safety net for your savings and your lifestyle. So now that we know what to look for, let's talk about what this looks like in the real world. We're going to use Liberty Mutual as a great example here because they really show what it means to not just meet the standard, but to go way beyond it for homeowners right here in Georgia. Okay, let's look at their commitment to you. It's one thing to have a feature, but what does it actually do for you? Well, guaranteed repairs means you get quality work done without having to stress about finding a trustworthy contractor. Inflation protection, this one's huge. It means your coverage amount actually keeps up with rising costs, so you never fall behind. And of course, storm damage coverage, well, for us here in Georgia, that's not a luxury, it's just essential for our peace of mind. And it doesn't stop there. There are even more ways they deliver. You're looking at things like competitive rates and a whole bunch of discounts, for bundling your home and auto or for having a security system. Plus, and this is a big one, 24/7 claim support. Because problems don't just happen from 9 to 5. And having local Georgia agents who actually get the specific challenges we face here, that makes a world of difference. Look, a policy is just a piece of paper until you actually need it, right? The real test, the moment of truth, is how a company shows up for you when things go wrong. So let's talk about a story of true protection and see what this service looks like when it's put to the test. This quote really says it all. They didn't just repair the damage, they restored our peace of mind. And that's the whole point, isn't it? The best insurance goes way beyond just writing a check. It's about putting the pieces back together and giving you back that feeling of security. So here's the story. It started with what seemed like a minor water leak, just some damage in a couple of closets. Now, your average insurance company, they would have just patched up those two spots and called it a day. But Liberty Mutual, they stepped in and did something incredible. To make sure everything matched perfectly, they didn't just fix the closets, they replaced all the hardwood floors in the entire home. And on top of that, they covered the family's hotel and food costs while the work was being done. Think about that. They took what could have been an absolute nightmare and made the recovery totally stress-free. Wow. A story like that just proves how valuable the right coverage is. And the best part? Getting that kind of protection for yourself doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually a pretty simple path to safety, and you definitely don't have to figure it all out on your own. Here at Georgia Safe Retirement Planners, this is what we do. We've got more than 15 years of experience helping folks right here in Georgia find the absolute best coverage for their situation and their budget. That's a lot of expertise we can put to work for you. And we keep it super simple. It's just 3 easy steps. First, we schedule a totally free consultation, no strings attached. Second, we'll take a look at your current policy together and see if there are any gaps. And third, we'll help you explore your options so you can choose a new policy feeling completely confident. So, if you're ready to take that next step, you can visit us online at georgiasaferetirementplanners.com or just give us a call at 470-888-7233 to set up that free consultation. We're located at 1124 Canton Street in Roswell if you'd like to stop by. And hey, for more tips on how to secure your retirement, make sure you like this and subscribe. Remember, protecting your future really does start with taking the right steps today.